Jesus. Oh, bad. Oh, that's a whole different story. Just don't do Taco Bell 3 days in a row. If you guys ever wound up in a situation where like you had a goal, a certain vision for the end of a project, you make a deal with yourself that you're going to try and do it, you know, the easy way first and the cheap way, and just, oh, it's got a motor in it, just get it running and drive it like that for a little bit, do the other stuff you want to do to it, and then at the end you can build a motor. You're not going to be happy with the motor that you have. You want this motor, you know, you want the end car. And so the whole time you just try and talk yourself out of doing what you really want to do. I'm losing that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we have, yet again, my 1979 four-door Chevy Nova with the factory inline six. And I told myself when I got this car that I was going to get the straight six running, which we did. We haven't made it to where it would idle or really done anything else with it. I put a parts list together of things I wanted to change and try and get it like reliable. Just get the inline six running. Just get the car to where you can use it, enjoy it for a little bit, rebuild the front end, do the interior, do the rear end, get it, you know, a functioning car, and then you can build whatever you want and put in it. But I want to go fast. Like, I want to go fast now. And then my buddy called me and he's like, hey, still got that 5.3 with a lifter tick, harness, accessories, pretty well ready to go, $300. God damn it. I got to do it. It don't need to be here. We're finna yank all this out and try and do a LS swap as cheaply as we possibly can. And you know, I thought long and hard about the whole small block Chevy thing. It seemed like really the cheapest option until you look into making one fast. I want this thing to rip. I don't want to put all this work into putting it together and then just have some junk. I want it fast. Well, fast on a small block translates to, you know, cam and heads. And then you're $1,000 into heads unless you find a set of Vortec heads, which are getting harder to find. Then you got to have them work. By the time it's all said and done, I think the cheapest option I found was this company online, like redoing like dirt track heads for $700, and that pretty well got them at the quality of what we ran on our dirt car. I know the motor that I found and was thinking about going to get, it's a, you know, late 90s 5.7, so it's there's nothing special about it. It's not a Vortec motor. Didn't have anything good going for it. The shitty cylinder head. I mean, I don't want to put that in here stock. I'd rather put a stock 5.3 in it and still make 300 horsepower to the crank, but, you know, whatever. Than to go through all the trouble finding what I need to swap a small block in here, getting everything plumbed up, and then having to build another one to go in here. I'd rather build another 5.3 that could be 500 or 600 horsepower on the stand while I'm playing with what we're doing. And I guess at the end of the day, I'm only justifying it to you to justify it to me. I'm making a mess. I don't care how much you try, you're never going to get all the coolant out of a motor before you pull it. Luckily, I get to go home before I have to lay on the ground, so it'll be dry by the time I come back out here. Ew. Oh no. God damn it. So I was spinning it around to where I could get the torque converter bolts. And then I noticed, see if you can see, the fucking transmission is loose from the back of the motor. The transmission is out. All the bell housing bolts were loose. It was a pain in the butt to get out of the car with how I had it jacked up. I made a giant mess on my floor. And now it's time for this guy to come out. Oh, yeah. Got it. Here we go. forget to unhook anything, there's nothing to this motor. Them old nasty motor mounts. Oh, yep, just add to the mess. It'll be fine. Hopefully this intake don't break. Got there. There she is. So we got her pushed nose out the door so we can clean up the engine bay. Got some old dry down trying to help me out. We're gonna try out this super cheap $100 pressure washer and see what we can't do with the engine bay. The power went out of nowhere, so I stopped and took a fajita break and walked down to talk to the neighbors down there. And he was asking about the Nova and what I was doing. I was like, well, I was using this electric power washer and the power went out. But I just pulled the motor and transmission, getting it cleaned up and getting ready to start trying to fit this 5.3 in there. And he was like, oh, well, I got a BTR stage 3 cam, I got an intake, I got this and that. Just let me know, I'll make you a good deal on it. So